College Park, Maryland, NC State against the Terps. 14:48 to go first half. We're tied at 8. Virginia lost its first conference game today. Now all ACC teams have at least one defeat in the conference. North Carolina, stunning statistic, 3 straight losses. That's the first time in 7 years that that's happened. And Duke struggling on the road, 0-2 so far. The number 16 in the country.
Well, it's all part and parcel of that wacky world they call the ACC. And I'm not so surprised about Duke losing on the road, because I don't care who you are in this conference, you're going to have a hard time winning road games. Right now, I think that the road teams are 8-19 with that Virginia loss on the road. So it's going to be difficult. But, you know, Carolina at 23rd with the possibility of getting knocked out of the top 25.
Amazing. And yet, come the middle of March, look out.
Right, exactly. And I think that says more to the competitiveness of this conference than it does to the quality or lack thereof of a particular team.
DeGan with the runner as they beat the Maryland pressure, but they can't convert.
Right now, Maryland with 7 second chance points off of 3 offensive rebounds. You know, they're getting the job done on the offensive glass.
Vasquez, who came back for his senior year. Tucker is in for the first time. Scoop shot, no basket, but he will draw the foul. Cliff Tucker out of El Paso, Texas. Men's college basketball continues on ESPN Monday night. A pair of historic rivalries and plenty of animosity. First at 7, Georgetown goes to the Carrier Dome to face number 5, Syracuse. Then at 9, the border war continues. Missouri against number 3, Kansas. Big Monday, presented by Bud Light as part of ESPNU Campus Connection on ESPN. Tucker at the line.
Well, Cliff Tucker's an explosive scorer. Gary Williams calls him the most athletic player off of his bench, which is a luxury. He can plug him in at several of the guard positions, even at the small forward.
Guy who can score in bunches. Was also a great football player in high school. Was the El Paso basketball and football player of the year at the same time.
Yeah, he had 14 points in 17 minutes in Maryland's big win at Boston College.
DeGan pushing it.
And see, that's what State wants to do. They want to put points on the board.
Great touch pass, and Smith scores.
Maryland was doing a nice job of getting back and stopping the fast break. But once again, DeGan in the paint, creating stuff. That's why he's starting right now, because he's got that ability.
Richard Howell, number 1 in red, is in for the first time as Milborn pulls up and hits a 14-foot jump shot. Maryland back on top by 4. Both of these guards for NC State, Gonzalez and DeGan, look so much more comfortable than they did a year ago. It looked like a lot of times they actually played scared. Not anymore.
Well, DeGan was coming off that knee injury that his sophomore year missed the whole year.
Cliff Tucker out of the corner. He's shooting almost 41% from long range, and that'll raise it. And Maryland now up by 7 on a 10-2 run. Pretty good stretch here, Lenny.
Well, you see the push right here. Nice job by Vasquez. Head up, recognizes where the defense is, and finds his shooter. And the job that Sidney Lowe wanted his defense to do is make Brevis Vasquez uncomfortable, get the ball out of his hand. Well, I don't know if that's such a good idea right now. Maryland with some balanced scoring. Cliff Tucker coming off the bench and really delivering. It's going to be a case right now where the defense is going to have to get out here and start playing some folks.
Well, he's such a multi-dimensional player. This is earlier today, the first one out for the Terps to work on his shooting.
And the moral of that story is great players, outstanding players can be made.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not necessarily born with those skills. You got to work at it. And this young man has worked. You take a look at the progression in his career.
Last year, he was the first player in Maryland history to lead this team in scoring, rebounding, and assists. Just a remarkable effort. And only the 6th ACC player to ever do it.
And again, you look at that scoring. In 3 years in a row, he's averaged 17 points a game. Shooting percentages have been better, as you mentioned. increased production from the assist standpoint, rebounding, and he's taken it upon himself in big games. Triple-double against North Carolina last year.
He always seems to be at his best in the big ones. And that triple-double against the soon-to-be national champions was miraculous.
And remember, last year Maryland beat both the national champs and the runner-up.
Eric Hayes, the starter this year at guard. He came off the bench late last season. Now it's a 13-2 run. Tucker knocks that one away on the turnover. Here's Vasquez. He has numbers and made a bad pass behind Milborn that time.
Well, take a look at Grimace Vasquez. He can see everything. He can look here. He sees guys running the floor. And all he's doing is making sure that he can get something open. And the one guy that no one saw was Eric Hayes in the corner.
You better find the really good three-point shooters. This is Julius Mays, who is really the third point guard on this team. Smith set a wicked screen that scraped off Grimace Vasquez.
And if I'm Grimace Vasquez, I'm going to have a talk with whoever is guarding Tracy Smith. And it was probably Dino Gregory. You got to step up and communicate.
Yeah, somebody's got to tell me that screener is there so I don't get killed. Jump ball situation, possession arrow gives it back to NC State. Maryland on top by 8, 11:57 to go. What was this guy thinking?